She really hates him, it's really true.
Testing 1, 2. I'm testing my voice. A little scratchy.
That's you're not testing the mics?
No,
the
when I
mics
go
have already been
testing, how many times do I got to tell you I'm testing my voice?
Oh, you don't do it before you don't walk around the house talking?
Not in the podcast room with all the, the way the sound is in here and the echoes and whatever. Testing. I sound good. A little scratchy in the beginning. Fell asleep last night like that. We got back. We did the Patrice roast.
Not roast.
I mean the Patrice benefit. The benefit. I hosted again, my 11th year in a row. I get nervous all day long thinking about it. I don't know why.
Then you go out and kill every time.
I did some new material last night. And I had some good banter with Cypher Sounds, who is a DJ for the show.
Every year, right?
Nah, probably
maybe like the last 5?
3 or 4.
Oh.
But it's good that he does it. It keeps the show moving. He does intro music. That's me DJing. And just a great lineup. Everybody did well. Jim Gaffigan was a surprise guest. Dan Soder, surprise guest.
Well, he replaced Tim Dillon.
Oh, yeah, he replaced Tim Dillon. And
Michael Che was a surprise guest.
No, he was on the list. Oh, he was?
No, he wasn't on the list.
He wasn't?
Mm-mm.
Michael Che. What's his... Powell. What was his first name? Robert Powell, who's on the TV show Atlanta. He was really funny. Marcella Hernandez.
Marcella?
Marcella.
Is that what you think it is?
It's Marcella. What do you think it is?
What are you saying? A at the end or O?
Marcella.
No.
O. Marcello.
Right.
O or A?
A, an ending with the A would probably be more feminine.
Marcella? Marcello. Hernandez from Saturday Night Live. Bonnie. Who else? Who was the first act? Who did Reggie Conquest from Philly. It was Reggie Conquest, then Jim Gaffigan, right? 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Then Marcelo Hernandez, then me.
Then you. Then
the whatever Powell the third.
Yes. Robert Powell.
Robert Powell the third.
Then
nobody cares.
Dan
Soder, Michael Che,
and then Bill Burr. Everybody did great. The audience is so amazing and pumped. There's never a problem. One person was talking in the back. I told him, shut up. And I did one joke the whole night that really didn't work. And that's the one. I walk into the stand after party and someone repeated, I just said nightlight or something. And they go, it's going around. The one joke out of 11 years or whatever. And Billy killed. It was just a fun evening the whole time. There wasn't a lot of energy backstage like usual. Keith came. Keith was there. It's always fun. Keith is so much fun. I mean, he's had 2 heart attacks. He's handicapped. And he's still the meanest human being alive. He's still, when he was talking about this other handicapped comic, he goes, I don't like her.
Don't say that.
Just joking. He was joking.
Just don't say stuff like that, though. Why? It's his story. Now you're getting into shit that Marina and Yamanika are beefing about.
Okay, we'll get into that after we finish. Were you nervous walking out last night?
Not in the slightest.
You're not nervous at all in front of
2,000
people.
Was it that many?
Yeah, that's how much the place holds.
Oh, I didn't know it was that many, but no, I don't know why. I just was like,
Did you ever look up to the upper level?
I would say nervous, but I was slightly worried because I was sort of roasting the event a little bit off the top. And I was like, I don't know if this will go over. Because nobody had brought up Patrice even, or that it was like, except for you, nobody had really brought up like the event, And so I sort of made fun of it, but it worked very, very well. So, and then I got like a couple of applause breaks.
And what did Billy say? Was he praising you a lot?
He thought I had a good set.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. It was,
I did have a good set, so it wasn't like that weird.
No, you did have a good set. I don't think anybody ever has a bad set there. Some don't.
Make sure you don't single me out though, but just make sure that when you talk about it, when you say I have a good set, always follow it right up with everyone did though.
No, I don't mean it like that.
No, that is what you mean. You've been doing it ever since last night. You've been doing it.
No, I haven't.
I came off stage. You didn't say anything to me.
I said you killed.
No, you didn't say one word to me for the longest time. And then finally I was like, hey, and then you were like, oh, you killed. Everyone kills. Everyone
I didn't say that.
Everyone's been doing great. Every single time you brought up that I did well, you go, everybody does well.
No,
everybody's been doing well.
No, that's not true.
That is true. Then you just did it here again.
Last night when you got off, I said, great set. You might not have heard me,
Well, because you were crossing to the stage. So
yeah, well,
I think you went like this.
No, I didn't.
When you were coming up. Yes, you did. You went like that.
Oh, I might have went two. I just went one. No, I never do two.
I don't know what you did, but something weird where I was like, okay.
It was fun. Then we went to the after party. I love how every comic in town goes to those after parties, and they're getting free food and socializing.
Everybody's getting free food.
I know. But it was fun.
Everybody was having fun.
They were. I saw Bobby Kelly came in.
Everybody saw Bobby Kelly come in.
Oh, you're trying to be like me.
How long did it take you to fucking get that? Wow.
So I say 11 out of 11.
Also, I just want to say one thing.
Oh, here we go.
No, because you talked about my my foot. You're really exaggerating beyond. You're like, the toes are twisted.
You say you wish me dead during your show.
Yes, but that is true.
Oh,
and
so don't. I wasn't
no. Listen. The thing is that it's like you can do the jokes about my toe. You don't have to make it. Nobody believes that I have a mangled foot. Like it's too much.
And do you think people believe that you want me dead?
No, but it is a joke.
So is mine.
No, but that part of it doesn't get the laugh. That's not what the joke is.
Yeah, it sets up.
And also,
joke.
You go. She asked me to stare into her eyes. Nobody asks you to stare into my eyes. They're like, look into my eyes.
Oh, look into my eyes.
Stare into. Nobody's going. Stare into my eyes.
One word. Look.
I'm just saying. I noticed it. I'm bringing it up. You can either take it or not.
I'm not.
You don't need to make such a big deal. Just saying I have fungus on my foot.
I never said fungus. I said crooked toes.
I know, but that's not the truth. I have fucked up
fungus.
toenails. But it's better. Because I'm not saying like, oh my God, I don't have a fucked up foot. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not believable. You make too big of a deal out of it. Okay. It would be funnier if you just told the actual truth.
I don't want people.
And then it'd be funnier if you didn't say stare into my eyes. Because again, all it does is it goes. Oh, nobody would say that. But if you said the words that I might actually say, then people will believe it.
Okay.
You don't have to take my advice.
All right, then stop, because I'm not. I'll do what if I do, I do. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal at all. I don't know why you're getting so defensive about it.
I don't know why.
But don't you think if somebody said, if you're writing a movie and you made every character talk the way you talk, it doesn't seem like a believable movie.
Yes, it does, because I'm believable.
Well, if every character was like an uneducated Jew with tattoos, fine.
Oh, Jew, you got to throw that in?
I mean, I was trying to think of your identities. That seems to be a big one these days. So I'm just saying, like, it's more believable if you make it sound like I really said it, or like you don't want people to think you're married to a monster.
You make me out like some.
I called you the funniest man alive.
But you said I'm the dumbest man alive too.
No, I didn't. I said we're both dumb.
Yeah, but you really said I'm stupid, and no one believes.
I didn't say you're the dumbest man alive.
No one believes you're stupid. No one believes that. So you're sitting up there talking about, oh, what's believable? No one believes you're stupid.
No,
whatever. They don't. Oh,
they
no,
like
not
it.
whatever.
Those jokes work very well.
So do mine. But look, you can't say what I say is not believable.
Okay, all right, all right. Listen, if you have a thing that you want to say about my set, by all means, go ahead and do it now.
No,
if you're just
so
saying it to be mean because you felt some kind of pain when I brought it up, then don't.
Stop twisting. I'm not saying it because I felt pain, but you say stuff that's not believable. You up there said 5 times, I'm dumb. People know you're not dumb. So it's the same thing.
But I am dumb. I don't know anything.
Oh, stop. You know you're not dumb. You always brag how smart you are.
I don't brag about how smart I am. When have I ever bragged?
You do all the time. You do all the time. So stop. So you
No, but I don't brag about how smart I am. That's ridiculous. I literally know nothing.
Oh,
I literally know nothing.
Okay. All right. Then you don't know about what I should say when I'm on stage.
I noticed it. It seemed weird. All the girls turned and laughed when you said stare into my eyes. We all were like, I go, obviously, I wouldn't say stare into my eyes.
First of all, that's what, when you're being, I'm setting up the joke where I'm going, she's trying to hypnotize me. And that's what hypnotists say, stare into my eyes. So I'm setting up the joke where you're, oh, she's trying to hypnotize me. So it is the right thing.
Do whatever you want. Wait,
is it the right thing?
I don't think so. I don't think it works that way.
What would a hypnotist say?
I think it tips.
What would a hypnotist say? Would they say?
Look into my eyes.
No, they would say stare into my eyes.
Okay, if you believe that, I don't know that's true.
I'm telling you, a hypnotist.
Okay, but
I've seen many hypnotists.
You can still make the correlation. It's such a dumb thing to argue about.
Okay, then why do you
no woman goes, if you're setting up the joke, then you should set it up so that it sounds believable, so that the other part of it will be funnier.
It's believable when I get to the hypnotist.
It sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. You're
okay.
Like, stare into my eyes.
Okay, she goes, I'm stupid. Everybody knows you're not stupid. So it's stupid to say I'm stupid. It's the same thing. We all do
Okay,
things.
then do it however you want.
Okay, and keep saying you're stupid.
I mean, I married you, like, number
one. Look at that. Look at I married you. All right, let's move on. Did you have fun last night?
I did. I'm not having fun now.
Oh, why?
Because it's like so hard to just bring up anything and tell you anything. Any pushback
no, it's
on
your
you
opinion.
start to fight.
No, say my opinion. You never said it. You go, you should do it this way.
All right, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
If you told the truth about my foot, nobody fucking thinks that I have a fucking twisted, mangled toe.
I just say crooked toe. It's not a
No, you didn't. You were like, she has a mangled, twisted toe.
No, I never said the word mangled in my life. I say she has crooked toes, like monsters. I never said mangled. That's a good word, mangled, but I never said it. It's a good word on stage. I never said mangled. I just said crooked. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Now I'll say fungus. That's creepier. I don't want people to think. Yes, it's creepier. But do you want people to think you have fungus on your toes?
That's the truth. That sounds real. People have fungus
toes.
You got a little
cut on your forehead too. How'd you get that?
Right there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You shaving your forehead again?
Fucking cat.
Oh, maybe. The fucking cat. I was thinking, like, say you were stranded on the island.
And people come up to me all the time and go, is your foot really like that?
Do they?
Yes.
In that voice? Is that what they say?
Hey, I saw your husband. You said you have a bad foot.
I had a good time last night. I hope you did. Okay. Good job.
Thank you. I have fun on stage.
Did you get another new pair of glasses? And every week you get new glasses.
So?
You're wearing them right now.
Leave me alone.
I'm not leaving you alone.
I wore them last night. You didn't notice.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I notice now.
Because you're looking at the monitor. It's the only time you really see me. You're like, what's that next to me? Oh, that's my wife. Who keeps responding?
What's that? Who keeps responding? You said, "Oh, you." I get it now. I like those glasses. How much do glasses like that cost? About $100?
Yeah.
For real? How much?
Well, they vary.
Are those prescription?
Yes.
For real? Armani?
These aren't Armani.
That's what these are, Armani.
Mm.
Oh, these aren't even my real glasses. Fuck.
Those are $1.
Yeah, these are dollar store. Well, what's going on in the comedy community? Anything people are talking about? Is there another feud going on?
Is
in the
that the
comedy?
setup?
Is there another? Let me turn this off.
Well, last night everyone was talking about
Oh.
this thing that happened, where comedian Yamanika put up a clip talking about where she's doing stand up, talking about an event that she was at, and she's making fun of the friend that she went with, saying that her friend's a black Karen. And then in the comments, she wrote, "Which comedian do you think it is?" And a lot of people tagged Marina. Well, also,
wait, was this a
Yamanika
video?
tagged Marina.
Was Yamanika doing a video, or did she just start over? She made a video.
It was her on stage doing stand
Oh,
up.
doing stand up.
But it was more like she's just sharing a story.
Uh-huh.
It didn't seem like a
it's not a bit
written bit or anything. No, she was just being funny. It was funny. And she's making fun of her friend who she says is a black Karen and wanted her to go to this like town meeting. They both live in Harlem. And whatever. It was very short and very kind of like just a couple of things about it. And
didn't she say what the black Karen would do at the meeting or get into that? Like, wasn't she saying more about?
She said that the black Karen was asking her to go to a meeting. She finally went to a meeting. Then she goes, "Look, I finally went to a meeting." And then the black Karen said, "Yeah, don't do that again," or something like that. That was kind of the end of the joke. And she said, "Who do you think it is?" And she had tagged Marina on the thing. So people thought it was Marina because she obviously was showing Marina, "Look, I did this thing about you." And
but I don't, she wasn't doing it vicious, right?
No, it didn't seem like it to me.
Okay.
And then Marina, I guess, asked her to take it down and was mad about it. And Yamanika wouldn't take it down. And so, or at least didn't take it down immediately. And because Yamanika eventually showed the texts. So you got a little more insight into what actually happened. But Marina posted a screenshot of that clip of Yamanika on stage with the black Karen and the "who do you think this is" kind of thing, and said, "This is not right. Don't remix my material. Those are my punchlines." And so it became sort of this thing of like, last night everybody talking about it, like, did Marina have a case?
But Yamanika said, "I'm not taking it down," you know.
Well, no, Yamanika never said she wasn't taking it down. She just dragged her feet. And then in that time, she said, "I'm going to the gym." And then in that time, Marina, I guess, got more worked up about it. And Marina was saying, like, "I have jokes about being a black Karen, and I've been working on this bit for a while about going to these meetings." So basically she's saying, like, it's this is my territory that I talk about. And Yamanika is saying, "You can't police my life. Like, if I go somewhere, I'm going to talk about it." So my feeling is that if it was my friend, and they're very good friends, you know, this is the sad part. And in my opinion, if a friend had asked me to take down a video, I would have immediately taken it down, even if it had irritated me to do it. That said, if I didn't take it down and they called me a fucking joke thief, basically, I would be furious. That actually happened to me where a friend of mine on Twitter, she wrote something and then I commented on it with a tag basically to her joke. And then came back, a few hours later to see that she'd called me. She goes, "Why are you always stealing my jokes? This is my joke." It was like absurd. I didn't steal your joke. I was tagging your joke. You wrote your joke. Like, why would I tag your joke? Anyway, we had it out on text, and I basically almost never talked to her again. A few little things. So that's where I stand on it. If you call somebody a fucking joke thief,
Yeah.
be prepared to never talk to them again. I mean, it's a pretty fucking hefty accusation.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a difference between outright thievery or parallel thinking. Like I said,
Or they both went to the same event.
Yeah.
They're both talking about their own experience from, their own perspective. Now, if I was Yamanika and I was friends with her, I would have just taken it down.
Well, but then,
I don't like confrontation that much. But if I was Marina, I certainly wouldn't have opened fire on Instagram.
Well, Marina should have said, "Can you please take it down?" Not take it down. She was ordering Yamanika to take it down. But I mean, I don't get involved in these things because it goes deeper than whatever's going on Instagram.
Mm-hmm,
There's other deeper resentment or anger or other stuff, and that's just whatever brings it out.
It's too bad because they're both really, really good comedians. I mean, they're both really at the top of their game. They should both have fucking Netflix specials.
Oh,
I really believe that. They're both that good. And it's like, and they're both like good friends.
Oh, maybe they solved it. Maybe
they took everything down.
She did too.
It got kind of crazy. Like, I guess there was, then Yamanika posted a live where she said mean things about Marina. But all that's, I didn't see that. That's that people were talking about last night. But all that's been taken down. Every single thing has been taken down.
Even Marina stuff took down?
I didn't look at Marina. I just looked at last night. We were driving home. I looked for the live and all this stuff.
Like, if you have beef with somebody, why do it out in public with everybody to see? Everybody's turning into Cat Williams,
I guess.
I mean, what the fuck? Donnell and Corey Holcomb, and it doesn't happen with white comics. How come?
They do.
Not like that. What
yes,
kind of
they
beef?
do.
The only beef I've ever really had was with Babiglia.
But you're not the only white comic.
No, I'm saying me. I mean, I've been in the
it doesn't
business.
happen with white comics.
That much is prevalent.
I think it does.
I don't see it. Maybe you do. Give me a
I can't think of one, but I'm sure it does. It's not like
the Bonnie McFarlane Chef Ross beef from years ago.
That wasn't public.
Huh?
That wasn't public.
It wasn't?
No.
I don't know.
We've come to a understanding. We worked together. We worked on the roast together. We've made our bones.
You made our bone. You made your bones.
Mutually respect. I make fun of him on Twitter occasionally. He likes those. That's the one thing I'll say about him. He doesn't get mad about jokes about him. He likes them. He legitimately puts a heart on it.
Well, that's good. I don't know. Okay, maybe the beefs aren't as big because Cat Williams' beef is so big that it makes it look like every other beef is. I like saying beef because that's what Raina says.
Right.
Then she goes, yeah. I go, what's those two going on there? And Raina goes, oh no, they have beef. Why? Where's the word beef come from when you're arguing?
I don't know.
It's so funny when Raina goes, no, those two have beef. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm friends with both of them. I've known Marina way longer, but I'm friends with both of them. As much as friends as comics, we don't call each other and say, but we're always pleasant and talk when we see each other, I guess. So, whatever. They probably solved it. But how all these comics, they love that stuff, boy. They're kind of, did you see this? Did you read that?
It's really because it's like, I think
because the comedy community is boring.
Yes, it gets attention. Like, the thing is that clip that she put up would have probably just been like come and gone. Like, it wouldn't have mattered in the big scheme of things. It wasn't going viral or anything. Then I guess it got a lot of views after the beef started, but if Marina had just ignored it, who would have seen,
Yeah, but it's hard to ignore when you think somebody's. I don't
Well,
know.
that's the thing, is that if in your mind you think somebody's fucking you over, it's hard to.
Look, a major actor, and I said this before, did a bit of that I do that's been on my last CD a year and a half ago, whatever. And I said, people were going, hey, they were accusing me. They're going, you took this back. No, mine's been out a year and a half. And that person didn't take it from me. People ad lib stuff in the moment, parallel thinking, whatever. So I'm not going to make a fuss out of, in my opinion, as a comic, the more personal you are, and that's not every comic, the more personal.
Well, they're being very personal. They just happen to be in the same event.
Yeah, but the more
personal, the same thing.
The more personal you are with your material, it's harder to steal because it's personal. You could take people's character. When Brian Regan was, just at all time, everybody knew Brian Regan. They still do. People were doing Brian Regan on stage. People do Attell. They do Voss. They do all kinds of people. It's not the material as much, yes, as the persona. People will take other people's persona, and that's like, whoa, what the fuck, After Mitch Hedberg, there was a lot of people doing like a Mitch Hedberg type character, although you could even say Mitch Hedberg, and I'm not saying he was a derivative of Stephen Wright. You could say, who knows?
Just because they did like short.
What's that?
Just because they did short jokes.
No, it was more
esoteric.
Yeah, misdirection, and I don't know. But to me, Mitch Hedberg's the main thing was that he was like this beatnik type comic, whatever. So personas is more than jokes to me. That's what hey, you're doing me on stage. I remember there was a story, I wasn't there, and it's a comic story that Richard Lewis went out to lunch with Paul Reiser and said, why are you doing my character? Why are you doing me? I don't know. That's just a story throughout the comedy community. And I don't know Paul Reiser sets. I remember watching Richard Lewis for years, and I thought he was great. I used to love watching him. So, but that, Yamanika and Marina are two totally different acts on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different, and this was a one-day thing for the comedy community to talk about. It came and gone within a day. Didn't last 2 days. It was yesterday morning to yesterday night, unless something else happens today. So, but there you have it. I have spoken, and
spit. Oh,
I have spit.
I've spoken and spit. I didn't know what you were going to say.
Oh, so what else? We're gonna, I buy these. Like I bought this sauna, and I'm a little intimidated to open it and put it together.
Marina said she's going to do it with you.
It's not going to help. Maybe. She's pretty smart. Like I'm trying to pair. Bonnie bought me this golf watch, GPS, really good one, Bushnell. And it works fine, but I cannot pair it to my phone. I cannot pair it. And for a half an hour less, I'm trying to pair it. And I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I have one of those electric bikes. What are they? The scooter bikes or whatever a company sent me. 2 reasons. I haven't put it together. One, because I just hate putting stuff together. 2, I kind of don't want it I don't want Raina flying around on one of those. I just think it would be dangerous for her. And she goes, my friend has one. I don't know. So I delay putting that together. The sauna came about 2 weeks ago. I guess I have to put it together today. I don't know. But it really intimidates me. You don't mind putting things together. You like it, right?
I don't know. I like it, but you forced me to do it.
I don't force
Do you remember when we did the shed?
Yeah.
And you made me read the directions and put it all together.
No, we both put it together. You did a lot of it, but
You just sat there for a second. This is you know what is like so funny, because I don't know. I guess we grew up differently, like, so we have a different. It's like we had to do a lot of work, like actual physical labor. So you just fucking go and do it and get it done, so that you could have the rest of your day to, like, you know, enjoy. And even like raking the leaves, anything that Rich and I go to do to clean the garage, whatever it is.
oh, don't say I don't do a lot of work.
I didn't say you didn't do a lot of work. I'm explaining once again, getting ready to fight back. And you don't know yourself, so you're going to probably disagree with this.
Okay.
But you take so much time preparing to do the work. So there's a lot of like getting stuff out, looking around for things, figuring out where you're going to put something down, or it's like I've like have half the shit done already, and then he's like bringing out another like rake. How about this one? Or,
preparation. That's you got to. You know, a doctor doesn't just start cutting you open. Preparation.
And then like 15 minutes in, he's like, "That's good for today." He cleaned out the garage in literally 15 minutes segments for weeks.
That garage looks great. I mean, it took me.
I know, but why don't you just say, yes, that's how I do it? Like,
yeah, I break it down.
You don't have to fight back. You got it done.
I'm not fighting back. I break it down into pieces, and I'll do some in the garage, and all of a sudden I'll go do something else. I multitask.
I don't think that's multitasking. That's doing a tiny bit one at a time.
Not a tiny bit. Enough to go, oh, okay, I got that done today.
Right.
You know.
So like when I start a project, I like to get it done.
Yeah, well, we're different.
Yes, we are. That's what I'm bringing up. I'm bringing up our different work styles.
Here's a project that's
yikes. It's so difficult to talk to you.
I know.
What if you were talking to someone else and they're like, here's how I like to do it. And would you go, I don't do it that way, and get mad at them? No, you'd be like, oh, well, I like to do it. So think of me as just another human in your life that you're talking to.
Okay, let's get this straight. I wasn't mad. I'm very calm. I never don't say I was mad. You always say I'm mad when I'm not mad.
You seem mad literally 100% of the time.
I'm not mad. We have different personalities. I'm not mad. So if I seem mad to you, that's in your head. Okay, that's something you have to deal with and go, well, he's not mad. Why do I keep saying he's mad? But I'm not mad.
Because this is how, as humans, we show each other our emotions, is we express. Okay,
but I
so
don't
if everyone keeps saying to you, which I hear other people say it too.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, go ahead. Ooh, name one person you heard me.
Name one person. Literally every single person that we come in contact. When I first started dating you, people would be like, "Oh my God, he used to be so mad all the time." Every single person said that to me.
That's just I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Okay, then you have to learn how to express joy and happiness when you're eating. Do you seem mad when you're eating?
No. The other day.
Then why do you like put your? This is you eating.
You saw me do that once. It's not me eating. God.
That is you eating. And then I always go, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, do not start to get angry about.
I'm not angry.
The pantomime. Okay, that's bizarre. You hold your head. You're like, you always like. Well, at the end of the breakfast the other day, you go, that was fine.
Bull, I said that
You
was
did.
great.
Did you not?
I
Were
said
you
that was
joking?
great.
I don't know if you were joking or
I
not.
might
No,
have been
at the
there.
end of it, you go, that was fine.
Well, that was a joke, but the whole time
it?
I kept saying how good it was,
No,
how fluffy the eggs were, because I taught you how to put milk in scrambled
Did
eggs
you
to fluff.
see, like, that's what I'm talking about. It's just like insanity. It's insanity. The only happiness you get is if you've controlled some situation. They were fluffy because I taught her. Because I've never heard that in my life. Never. No one. I didn't even know what eggs were until I met you. I mean, it's insanity to think like that you. Thank God you were here. I wouldn't have known about Diet Coke or, fluffy eggs. I mean, it's like, but you do it all the time.
So you're thanking me? You're welcome.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting because you can't just have a normal conversation
I'm having
with
a normal
you.
conversation.
No, you can't.
You can, but you won't take things in. When I say I'm not mad, I'm not
Okay,
mad.
but you have. But that's if I walked around kicking things and then you're like, "Are you in a bad mood?" And I was like, "No, fuck off. I'm not."
You're exaggerating.
And the minute that I say, "Are you in a bad mood?" you go, "Stop saying that. I'm not."
Yeah, well,
and it's like
because you bring me to that. You bring me to you push. You know how to push buttons.
Okay, but is it okay? We
You
know
ever hear
people.
that saying?
Yes, yes. No one can push your buttons. That's false. It's you. You're pushing your own buttons. It is just the way it is.
Oh, you can't antagonize people?
Sure, but then that's you. That's the problem with you.
No, oh, really? If someone came up.
Yes, the fact that I'm mad at you right now is a problem with me.
Okay, you're mad at me now?
No, I'm irritated because it's hard to have a conversation with you.
We're having a great one.
If you've been around people, there's certain people that we talk about that come into the green room that are not fun, right? Now, this is where you shine, is the green room. So don't put yourself in this situation. Just try to take this for what it is. So when people come into the green room and they're sour, we're like, oh, like they're not fun to be around. Now, if I were to say to XYZ person, hey, are you mad? They might go, no, I'm not mad. But they're still not fun to be around.
I'm fun in the green room.
Yes, that's why I said that. Don't put yourself there. That's not what we're talking about. Now take that sour person and put them in a house with their wife. Okay, now I go, are you mad? No, I'm not mad. But are you fun to be around? Are you sour?
A lot of times I'm very fun to be around. Sometimes, when you get up and eat breakfast, you're just still tired. You're like eating breakfast. It has nothing to do. You're enjoying the breakfast, but you might be like, oh, man, I didn't get a good night's sleep. I got a lot.
No, but that's the thing. You're always dealing with something.
No. Yes, in life you are always dealing with something, whether it be good or bad. Yes, you are.
No, but where's the good stuff?
All
I
the
think that
time.
night before you actually won money on DraftKings, and then you still.
I went and played Scrabble after it, But you're sitting here you're eating, going, "What am I going to do today?" I'm a little tired. This is
right, but
it's not. Doesn't mean you're mad. It means
no.
thinking.
But also, wouldn't it be nice to be like, let me just fake it a little bit, even if I'm not feeling so great, because my wife deserves.
I wasn't feeling bad.
Does my wife deserve less sourness?
It's not sour. You're
okay,
taking,
but I am taking it. It's just like when I'm okay. Let me. There's certain people that you see coming that you're like, oh, they're not fun, right? I don't feel like hanging out with them, right? That's you in our home. That's you. Okay. Do you want to be that person? No. Even if inside you're like, I should be allowed to feel however I want and I'm not in a bad mood or whatever. Shouldn't you say, like, occasionally at times I could spread a little joy. I could fake it. I could smile. My wife made me scrambled eggs the way that I like with milk that I've asked her to do.
Makes it fluffy.
A little side of avocado and onion,
turkey bacon,
and turkey bacon.
It was delicious.
No carbs in sight.
Are you going to do it again today?
I'm just saying, probably not.
Why?
Because there was no expression of joy that thing.
I kept saying how great
I know,
were.
but that's,
and I loved the taste.
But you can't take it. You don't understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, what do you understand about this conversation?
Next time I eat like that, I should be bouncing.
No, it's not every time. It's once in a while. You could get up and be like, even if I don't feel like saying like joy to the fucking day, I can make life a little bit nicer for my wife. It's not all about me in here. Sometimes I have to fake it. It's just like, do you think I get up and go, laundry day?
Do I bring you coffee? Do I bring you coffee in the morning to me?
Occasionally you do, sure.
A lot.
Rich.
But I'm just trying to make you start your day. I go, what's the first thing
I think it's lovely, but that doesn't. Okay.
Look,
if that's good enough for you, that's good enough for me. Thank you, everybody. What a wonderful fucking marriage I'm in. I'm asking for a tiny bit more joy and lightness in our lives, but he refuses to do it. He thinks coffee in the morning is enough. So I guess I'll just be satisfied with that. And thank you so much. And I love this. What a fun, wonderful existence that I've gotten myself into. Good night.
Oh, really? Really? That's what you're taking out of this? I'm literally
saying, like, couldn't you just be a little more fucking happy? And you're like, no, I am. You're fighting back so hard. I do this. I do that. I shouldn't have to. Why wouldn't you just go, yeah, you know what? You're right. I don't feel bad. So why wouldn't I just show it a little?
Yeah. Okay.
But instead you have to have a fucking huge fight first.
I'm not having a fight. I'm not having a fight. It's you're having a fight with yourself.
You're correct. You're correct. You're correct.
What do you mean by cracked?
Correct.
Oh, I thought you said
I am having a fight with myself. You're right.
Am I right?
Yes, you're right. I shouldn't let what you do affect me.
Why?
Because that's the fucking whole fucking game of life, is to feel great no matter what your circumstances are.
Well, that's hard in certain places.
Yes, when you live with someone who's fucking sour.
I'm not sour. Okay, I'll be more joyful, but I'm not sour.
It's not even. It's just when you're like sitting there, like eating something. I mean,
quit exaggerating. I was not doing it like that. Stop it. I was enjoying it. Stop exaggerating. People are gonna think that I'm.
But if somebody's asking you 3, 4, 5 times a day, are you okay? Is everything all right? Go, oh, I must be putting out some energy here that's not. I'm not a fucking crazy person. No. You're not jumping around tapping your toes, and I go, are you sad? I'm watching your body language. I'm looking at you. I'm seeing how you relate to me, and I'm going like, did I do something wrong? Is there something bad going on?
Also, too, a lot of it. Can I explain something?
I'd love it. I'd love it when you explain, because it's going to get twisted around into somehow you're not at fault, which you're not at fault. Anytime I bring anything up, you're like, stop yelling at me. Yesterday, I asked you to fucking clean the counter. You had a fucking huge meltdown about it.
That was 2 days ago. And as you get older, you get more tired. You have more aches and pains in your body. I'm just telling you, you'll see, so you walk.
So give into it then.
I'm doing my best.
Become old and
no, I'm not becoming old. I'm trying to stay young.
I don't see how being grateful and smiling and pleasant is too much work for this achy, tired human that you've supposedly become. You can still go and do stand up. You can still go and golf.
Yeah.
But smiling at my wife,
I smile. You make me laugh. I laugh when it's appropriate. I compliment nonstop. That's all you hear. They should call me the complimenter, because I compliment a lot. I tell you how pretty you look, how smart you are, even though you think you're dumb. You think about all the compliments I give. I'm a complimenter. All right. So the breakfast was amazing, and I said it 10 times.
I know, but I don't want you to say it. I want you to I just want you to be happy. I just want you to look at your life. I feel like I'm constantly telling you, you have a good life. You have a good life. You have a good life. You have a good life.
I have a great life. I have a great life. I worked very hard.
Do we have this now? Is this where we go?
Yeah, I worked very hard to get to where I am right now. And
did you see that thing I sent you this morning on Instagram? Do you watch anything I send you?
All the time, but that one I try to watch, but I was too tired or I couldn't hear it or whatever. But I'll watch it again.
It's basically what we were talking about last night, where it's like, you didn't work hard.
I did work hard. You think it's not hard work. You think
If you love it, it's not hard.
that's not true.
It's you worked consistently. But we have fucking easy lives compared to other people.
No,
Easy.
we worked our way up to an easy life.
I
Do you
did
think
not.
you had
I
an-
did not. I've
have
always
an
I've
easy
always
life,
slept in. I've always taken naps. I've always written when I felt like writing. Yeah, some days I have to write fucking 8 hours for a day. It doesn't matter. It's still easier than 99.9% of the jobs out there.
That's not true. But yeah, some
It is.
job.
There's not even a life or death aspect to what we do.
Oh,
It's will people like it or not? That's the aspect. That's what that's the biggest issue we have.
let me tell you something. Somebody who's framing a house go after they framed hundreds of houses going, this is easy. I could frame a house with my eyes closed. And they're going, oh, this is easy, framing houses. All right. There's some manual labor jobs that are hard because they're manual labor. There's some jobs
It's not even the job. Most people have to get up at fucking
Yes,
6 a.m.
time.
and go to work.
Yes.
And they don't own the company, and there's no big fucking golden prize at the end of it. It's like,
Yeah, their golden prize is accomplishment and feeding their family and
now imagine if that was just your thing.
that's where I would be content.
No, you wouldn't.
'Cause
No,
that's-
you wouldn't. You're not even content now, and you're fucking like doing everything you've ever wanted to do.
There's one more thing I like to do.
Oh,
Two more things.
Is it what Norton's doing?
No. I would like, and not to open, but I would like to headline Radio City Music Hall or Carnegie Hall. Carnegie Hall, maybe.
Well,
That seems like
Do it.
that's my next goal. But it's still hard. You think when I first started
it's not,
comedy,
I think we both have a different definition of hard. Maybe
it was mentally hard starting comedy and trying to get work and traveling all over. It's mentally hard in the beginning. Look at the comics we see; they're all nuts and crazy, and they're going nowhere fast. So if it was so easy, everybody would be in our position.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying hard is the opposite of easy. I'm saying it's not. It's when you're doing something that you love to do, when you get to make money doing that, when there's an exchange of your efforts on a thing that you like doing, then it's just in every fucking possible way better than going and doing something you
course.
don't particularly like for someone you don't particularly like day in and day out.
It's
Even
true.
if you do, my friend who's a teacher, it's like that's it for her. There's no like
She gets-
there's no like, yes, she gets a lot of benefits being a teacher and
No,
stuff.
the satisfaction of teaching.
She gets the satisfaction of teaching, but we get the satisfaction of doing what we do. But there's also like this, like, oh, I might get to do Radio City Music Hall. There's still like these little things that keep you going. These like,
Look at your sister started off. She worked her way up to superintendent. So you could climb the ladder in most positions. I would say you can climb
Okay,
the ladder.
let me put it in a different. There's certain jobs that once you get to the
So-
where you're gonna go in that job, that's it.
Yeah,
There's
then
not
they-
like these little magical things that you can hope for to happen for you. Whereas we do, whether they happen or not, it's still like a more fun fantasy
You're right. But
of what
we're-
you can hope for.
It's true, but
And also, I mean, it's just insanity.
There's a difference between easy and hope. Our jobs are still
I
hard,
didn't
but
say
we
our
have hope.
jobs were easy. I just said they're not hard. They're not hard.
All right. Okay.
Do they exhaust you sometimes? Sure. Do you get to go to bed at night going like, oh, another day of doing what I fucking love? Great. How many people get to have that? How many people put in 8 hours for somebody else's dream?
Well, but their dream is maybe to start their own business. You can't. You're saying every you're basically saying every blue collar worker
I'm not
has a
saying
fucked
that.
up
I'm
life.
saying that's a harder job. Even if you
Yes.
just take the aspect of that they have to get up at fucking 6
You're
a.m.
right.
to go to work.
It's a physically
And they
hard-
spend so much more time in that job.
Okay, here's
Like even just to go to the post office and the dry cleaners and the
yeah,
whatevers.
but here's the difference.
They have to do that all in their fucking little bit of free time that they have.
Okay, here's a scenario. One, it's physically harder, but no, it's not mentally harder. Because here's the difference. One, when you're working, let's say for Apple or whatever, some company, you know, Hewlett Packard or whatever, you're up for maybe a raise or an advancement, maybe say twice a year. Okay. Oh, maybe I can get to the next level. And you go in and you get rejected, let's say. Ah, shit, now I got to wait another half a year to see if I can move up the ladder. Comics deal with rejection on a daily basis. On a daily basis almost. Especially if, you know, whether you have an agent or a manager or you're dealing with it yourself.
Right, but
you're
that's
dealing
a
with
frustration.
it takes a mental toll on you. It takes a mental toll.
I believe that. I
Huh?
believe that.
You do believe it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's different types of easy and hard.
I agree.
There's physical
I agree.
and mental.
I just even with that, I don't know. If you think about it, you would not want to have any other life. Like think
Not
what,
at all.
like,
Not
so
at
then,
all.
so then,
But I did have that life. I was a blue collar. I was painting houses or working for some dumb carpenter or building tennis courts, or I used to dig graves for $100. So yeah, I did have all that. All right. Then luckily my dream was to be a comic. I stunk in the beginning. I didn't get good till about a year ago. And now my dreams come true. But it didn't happen overnight. That's all.
Right.
It took me 40 years to get to where I am now.
right.
So, you know,
But it's not the end goal. It's the journey.
No, it's
it's
the
a more fun journey.
okay, there. It's a more fun journey for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for just a lot of comics. It's not fun for. They're fucking been open micers for 15 years,
It's still more fun, probably. There's not making as much money.
huh? Yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's fun trying? Like I read this one guy, you know, I can't get work, you know, and it's just I'm like, well, then get the fuck out of the business, do something else,
Right,
you know.
right.
If it's this much straight, I feel like killing myself, you know, just a lot of negative, depressing stuff, and I want to, you know, right? Well, then go fucking do something.
Yeah, but that's
else.
not comedy. That's just his. That's exactly what we're talking about before, where it's like that's who he is inside. So no matter where he would be unhappy and
No,
saying.
but
"I'm
he was
gonna
at the
commit
top
suicide."
of his game. You know, tons of money, lost it all or whatever, and now
As a comic.
well, the family had money or something. He was, then he tried to do this big deal or something. It fell through, and he lost most of his money. You know, I don't know. It's just there's people that bust their ass all day long, but then come home and just get like, even though she's the enjoyment we get from Raina, like I don't know why, but the other day I was getting my oil change, and she tracked us down and goes, "Why are you getting your oil change?" And it was so funny. I don't know why. I thought it was the greatest. Like, why is a 16-year-old worried about me getting my car? So then I came home. She goes, "Why'd you get your oil changed?" I go, "Are you fucking dumb?" Because I'm maintaining my car. But she called because she tracked us down. It was funny. You didn't find that funny?
I mean, she stalks me all the time. She'll be like, "Are you by Starbucks?" One time I was like, she was like, "I'm at my friend's, come pick me up," and then I wrote "on my way," but I was still like fucking around at home. And she goes, "It says you're still at home." I was like, "Leave me alone."
I want to be able to track you guys. How do you do that?
You can track my iPhone. It's automatic because her and my phone are attached somehow in a weird way, but so I can just easily see. But you can add it to your phone.
All right, let's wrap this up. I thought this was pretty good. pretty good. We covered a lot today. And this weekend, I'm in the city at the Stand in the Comedy Cellar. Next weekend,
I thought you were going to take the weekend off. You said you were going to go fly somewhere.
it's too late. It's already. I don't know. Maybe I'll
It's
go. Look
Wednesday. You could book a flight tomorrow.
Why do you want to get rid of me?
You're sour.
I'm not sour. Why do you want to get rid of me? You think if I go away, I'll come back sweet?
No, I just it'll be rid of you for a while. I get to run around and be happy, not have to worry.
You want me to leave tomorrow on Thursday, March 28th?
No, you leave on Friday.
And come back. Well, anyhow, this week I'm at the Stand in the Cellar, the two best clubs in New York. And next Friday, I will be at the Dunellen Theater in Dunellen, New Jersey. And then Saturday, the Ammanus Theater in Ammanus, Pennsylvania. Next week, next Friday, when so many people from my hometown are going to be there. So many people I grew up with.
That's fun.
It's going to be great. It's going to, a lot of people.
Oh, I got to plug some dates.
Because I'm in basically my hometown, the next town over, which I never get to do. And they're already on Facebook. Our own Rich Voss will be at the Dunellen Theater. And, whatever. It's going to be fun. And I have Danny Braff opening and what's her name? Middling.
What's her name?
Katie Blunt, the one we talked about.
Right.
And she's going to middle. And
I'm going to be at Tiff's. Where is it?
Morris Plains.
It's
a great club.
On February. March. April 6th. I forgot where we were. I am dumb, see? April 6th. Please come. It's a Saturday. Ken Krantz is opening for me. I remember who's the MC, but it's going to be a great show. Very intimate. It's going to be fun. And
it's a great room. Go there early, have dinner. They have great food. And the club it's so much fun, that club.
And I'll sign stuff.
What?
I don't know if people bring books. I'll bring some books.
Sell some books after it.
I'll sell some books.
Box of
them. Okay. And then the following weekend, 12th, 13th, 14th April, I will be in Austin at the Mothership. So definitely go to that. That's going to be a fucking killer.
I'll be in the MGM Grand. Greg, we're going to be doing two of the best rooms in the country the same weekend. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, we worked hard.
I thought it was easy.
Cheers.
Oh, you're not from England.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
My Wife Hates Me podcast, hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane. Produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.